Did you know there's a McDonald's in a plane? How about one that transforms into a club with a DJ at night? A futuristic spaceship, or even one with burgers starting at just 69 cents. Now there are 7 of these ultra unique locations literally spread around the world, and over the next week, I want to visit all of them. Because when I was a kid standing on Ronald's lap, I had a burning question inside of,
what is the greatest McDonald's on planet Earth?
So with that said, let the journey start in Budapest, Hungary, where behind me is possibly the greatest McDonald's I've ever seen, as it's not only famous for its beautiful design, which was built all the way back in 1877 by the Eiffel Company, which is the firm of Gustav Eiffel, aka the guy that built the Eiffel Tower. But what's really special is what happens on the inside. Like, as you can see right now, there's blue lights, and it's currently 2 in the morning. Oh my gosh. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. You see, every weekend from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., this McDonald's transforms into a club with having a DJ and also a video. Hey!
Yeah, buddy!
It's a party in here. But anyway, to find the greatest McDonald's, I'll rate them on 3 things of the location uniqueness, the food, as the menus in every country are all different, and the experience inside the restaurant, with each scored out of 10. So for the location uniqueness, this is as close to a 10 as you can get. Like, there's a freaking DJ in McDonald's right now. But anyway, enough talking about this location. Hungary also has one of the most unique menus in the world as well. So let's go up and order. Ooh, and would you just look at this food here? That is a big burger. With it being a base of a fried chicken breast, then 2 slices of American cheese, and then I think 4 different pieces of bacon. Anyway, along with this burger, we also have 3 different popular food items here in Hungary. Of one being the nacho cheese bite, the second being these super cool looking fries, and the third, a raspberry cheesecake pie. With this burger being, and I'm not exaggerating here, one of the best McDonald's burgers I think I've ever tasted. The french fries being weirdly addictive. The nacho cheese bites tasting like that queso dip that you get at the store. And in terms of the pie, honestly, I have no idea why every country doesn't have this pie. So needless to say, this is like almost perfect for food as well. So I gotta go like 8 out of 10. And in terms of the experience section, since it's a club, it's all about dancing and meeting people. So I'm gonna set a goal for myself to make at least 1 new friend here.
Yes.
I
you want this?
Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's your name?
My name is Dominic.
Dominic.
Yes.
Okay, Dominic, I think this means that we're friends with the cat hats.
What?
I think that... Oh no. Will you be my friend?
Of course.
Oh! So for the experience, we gotta go with the 10 out of 10. Everybody comment, Dominique is awesome. Like, I got a cat hat here. I made a new friend. But anyway, let's continue the journey by taking a 42-hour flight to our next location in New Zealand, which is home to the one and only McDonald's in a plane. And I'm not gonna lie, it might be a bit excessive taking not 1 but 3 flights that lasted 40 hours to get here. But ladies and gentlemen, we are leaving no stone unturned to find
The greatest McDonald's on planet Earth.
But with that said, a lot of people find this McDonald's amazing, as it's actually won awards for the world's coolest McDonald's. Being a Douglas DC-3 aircraft that was built all the way back in 1943 and flew for over 40 years before becoming a McDonald's. And honestly, I would 100% agree that this is the coolest McDonald's we've seen yet in terms of the location, being our first 10 out of 10 of the video. And it might be the coolest McDonald's, but is it the greatest in terms of food and also the experience? So anyway, let's go inside and let's find out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from every detail of this place, I am shocked. Like, first off, as you can see, the dining area here is inside the plane, with having tables taking up the main part of the aircraft, and with the cockpit being visible at the front, which is just such an insane experience to have at a McDonald's. Now, secondly, the specials here are amazing. Don't get me wrong, but the customization options are insane. Like, at American McDonald's, you can customize burgers like a tiny bit. Like, you can maybe add 1 patty. However, here, you can add 5. So I made, I think, the most expensive burger that's ever been made here. Like, the employees literally took photos of it.
This is an amazing burger.
You guys are amazing. Oh my gosh.
Tell us how you managed to eat this.
Like, what have I created here? So ladies and gentlemen, this is the Big Brekkie Burger, and normally it has 2 patties, but this burger has 5, with also having 5 eggs, 5 pieces of cheese, 2 hash browns, and 5 pieces of bacon. So I'm gonna attempt to eat this burger somehow. I'm not really sure how to go about it. I don't think my mouth's opened that wide before. My jaw is just like throbbing right now. Now, along with the Big Brekkie Burger, we have the New York City Benedict Bagel, which is the first time I've ever seen a bagel at McDonald's before. And with the New York City Benedict Bagel tasting honestly really good, with having just so much hollandaise sauce on there. So in terms of food, I give it like a 7.5 out of 10, as there was only 2 unique items. That said, the Airplane McDonald's is now officially the leader, but now we're heading to what might be its biggest competition in Hong Kong, which is home to a McDonald's like nowhere else in the world. And to see why, we have to go inside. You see, this McDonald's is called a McDonald's Next, which is an experimental concept McDonald's is testing that strives to bring its food quality to a more luxurious level, with the location feeling more like an elevated, elegant restaurant, with having a beautiful salad bar and even a barista with specialized coffee. So for location, this is the only McDonald's Next in the world, thus being potentially the most luxurious location. So this has to be at least an 8 out of 10. However, the draw of this place is truly the food. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, and the employees have just come and they've put my food on not 1, not 2, but 3 tables here. So I guess we're gonna work in courses here. Anyway, in front of us for our first plate, we have a beautiful, stunning cappuccino with an M shape, with the cappuccino tasting and looking like a legit coffee shop's. Then we have a beautiful purple sweet potato cake that, by the way, is on a real plate. Like, this isn't a plastic tray, this isn't a to-go container, this is a legit plate that you would find in a restaurant. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Then we have something I never knew even could be at a McDonald's, of green tea boba. The boba being amazing, of course. And then we have a beautiful cheesy ciabatta sandwich, which, by the way, is on a real plate again. So anyway, moving on to course number 2, we have, oh my, no. I cannot believe I just did that. Anyway, like I was saying, for our second course, this is our hot food, with having menu items like I've never seen before. Like, for example, in front of us, we have a freaking like KFC bucket at McDonald's. Now, along with that, we have a customizable rice bowl, which has a base of rice, grilled chicken, guacamole, tomatoes, and a bunch of different other veggies. But with that said, they also have super unique burgers, of the McCrispy Bacon Burger, the BLT Angus Burger, and this absolutely unbelievable looking signature burger, which might be the most beautiful burger I've ever seen at a McDonald's. Like, just look at that bun. And holy crap, after tasting each and every one of these dishes, I gotta say, McDonald's Next, it's special here. So, I mean, this is as close to a 10 as you're gonna get for food. So I'm gonna go like a 9.8. So all in all, this experience at McDonald's Next was amazing. Like, with them telling you where the coffee beans come from, to wireless chargers, to even an automated hand washing system, it's truly mind-blowing. So I'm gonna go 7 out of 10, with the only points off, again, being just not having anything special for entertainment. However, next we're heading to Australia, specifically in Melbourne. Anyway, behind us is a McDonald's where, as you can see, is like nowhere else in Australia and even the world, as its building was originally a hotel, being the old United Kingdom Hotel built in 1937 by James Hasty Wardrop. Anyway, I've never seen a building like this before, let alone a McDonald's. Like, I have so many questions. Like, the doors up there, are there still rooms being rented out? Are those offices? Does McDonald's have a hotel here? And most importantly, I've never been to a Macca's in my life, so I'm super excited to see what types of unique food there is at Australian McDonald's. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is an interesting menu. Having not too many unique food items on the menu, but having one that I've never seen before, of the Double Tennessee BBQ Burger, which is an absolute beast of a burger, having 2 patties and cheese, bacon, fried onions, and barbecue sauce. And that beast of food items continues with having the craziest chicken sandwich I've ever seen from McDonald's. Like, what is going on at Australian McDonald's? These sandwiches are insane. And in terms of the taste, one word: wow. And with the other beast of a burger being the Tennessee burger, being ridiculously messy, but also solid. So for food, I'd say the unique food items were good, but having said that, there weren't very many. And in terms of the experience, that hotel vibe unfortunately seems to stop with the facade. With the rooms, I believe, not being in use anymore, and the inside looking just like a basic McDonald's that was honestly a bit messy. But with that said, we've only scratched the surface of these unique McDonald's. With there being a spaceship-like futuristic McDonald's coming up, a McDonald's literally meant for royalty, and so much more. But let's continue the journey by going to possibly the most historical McDonald's in Kyoto, Japan, where I just took the incredible bullet train down here from Tokyo, because fast food restaurants here are like nowhere else in the world, with being in historical buildings that are hundreds, sometimes thousands of years old. Like, for example, this Starbucks here, which is in a traditional Japanese style house. And with the McDonald's here being a bit of a newer building, but also super cool. So from the history element to the beautiful buildings themselves, this is a solid rating. But with that said, the most special part about Japanese McDonald's is what happens on the inside. And the food is one of the most unique menus in the world. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think I ordered like the entire menu here. So as we wait for that food, I want to answer a question I just got from one of you asking how I get the best prices while traveling, and specifically if I have any travel tips for Japan. So whenever I travel anywhere, pretty much the only website I use for everything from transportation to accommodation to even experiences is Klook. You see, Klook is a travel booking website that always seems to have not only the best prices, but also the best convenience. Like for the Shinkansen I just took, you can skip the line at the station by booking using the app, as you get a QR code ticket you can scan directly at the gate, with there also being an option to book a bento box in advance. So anyway, thanks to Klook for being a long-term partner of this channel, and be sure to click the link in the description box below to get 10% off your first purchase with them today, with using code Livingbobby Klook. Anyway, I think I see our food arriving now, and I am so hyped. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, this is a feast. Like, would you just take a look at all of these different burgers here, being all incredibly unique. As you can see, their name on their packaging, and also the packaging is like stunning. Like, I don't know if it's just that I'm in Japan, but that looks beautiful. So anyway, in front of us, we first have the famous ebi filet-o, which is a fried shrimp burger. Next, we have a Hokkaido 4-cheese teriyaki burger, looking unbelievable. Then a Hakata mentai potato teriyaki chicken burger. Then a Sentoshi lemon pepper egg teriyaki burger. And last but not least, the absolute beast of the samurai burger. In Japan, you've blown me away by these burgers. Like, this is not only the most unique, but also the most delicious burgers we've had in any country. And of course, like, the location itself, it's beautiful. It's super cool that it's in a historical building. But in terms of the experience section, when I look around, they have nothing. They have nothing. I know. Unfortunately, we gotta go 1 out of 10 here. So historical McDonald's, although being super cool, definitely was not the most unique. So next I'm thinking, what about a McDonald's from the future? Which is a whopping 23 hours away with 3 layovers. But luckily along the way, we have 1 bonus spot as well in India, where McDonald's is by far the cheapest in the world. With having, for example, a 69-cent McAloo Tiki burger, which was incredibly delicious. And then having these other cool items, with most coming at about $1. But then after not 1 but 2 flights, I finally arrived in Georgia, the country, not the state, specifically in Batumi, where behind me is the world's most futuristic McDonald's. Like, just look at this thing. It looks like a freaking futuristic spaceship. So again, my mind is just being blown by these locations. This is another solid 9 out of 10. And what's even crazier is there's something on the inside that's supposedly even more special than the outside look of this spaceship. So anyway, let's go inside and I'll show you guys that. But first things first, let's get some food. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of food here. But the reason that we have so much food is Georgia has a bunch of unique foods here. Like, starting with the fries here. These are not normal fries. No. These are cheese and jalapeno fries. It does not look great, I'm not gonna lie, but the taste is off the charts. Now, along with that, we have a chili cheese burger. Scratch that, a triple chili cheese burger. Okay, that burger is insane. With that as well, we have spicy chicken McNuggets, also with chili cheese sauce on top. The cheese sauce actually goes incredibly well with the chicken McNugget. And for our last item here, we have a secret box. What's in the box? Come on, what's in the box?
Oh, what's in the box?
I'm going to open the box. Ladies and gentlemen, inside the box, we have a full-on birthday cake, which is just so crazy to get at a McDonald's. Like, the last time I've seen cake at McDonald's is for my 3rd birthday party. And funnily enough, this was on the kids menu. Like, imagine if you're a kid and you're like, I just want some cake, and you get this. I'm not 100% sure how to eat this. They just give me a spoon. I think they were confused with one person ordering the cake, but anyway, let's see how this is. And with the cake being incredible. So I gotta say, the food here, amazing. Anyway, you probably noticed it in the background, but for the experience, ladies and gentlemen, we are dining in probably the most beautiful setting I've ever dined in a McDonald's, being a sloping garden where everywhere you look, there's all different types of flowers. Like, this is just insane. Like, I would be impressed with this dining area at a Michelin star restaurant, let alone a McDonald's, which means futuristic McDonald's has officially taken the lead. But maybe not for long, because next we're going to Paris, France, where behind me is the fanciest McDonald's in the world, being in a beautiful building from 1892 that feels like it's meant for royalty. Like, there's even a king up there. So this is certainly a 9 out of 10, but as you can see, I have my suit jacket on right now because the fanciness continues when you go inside as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I'm in a different universe right now. Like, I'll get to this incredible looking food in a second, but first of all, the interior is by far the most luxurious, the most incredible, the fanciest McDonald's I've ever seen, with having this overall like old French royalty vibe inside, having a bunch of gold objects, beautiful wood finishings, these incredible lights, a dedication to the king that's on the side of the building, and then having what looks like a VIP gate area to pick up your food. And it actually continues in the dining room itself. Like, it feels like there should be like some champagne bottles or a massive wine collection down here. So I've never seen a place like this before, so this again has to be like a 9 out of 10 for experience. But anyway, with that said, the food here also follows that fancy vibe. Like, just take a look at this McCafe, feeling like an absolute luxurious bakery, having all these different types of French bakery specialties, of having French macaroons here. That's potentially the most beautiful thing I've seen at McDonald's on this journey thus far. Next, we have not just French fries, but having fondue fries. Like, I really want to make this clear. These are not cheese fries. This is fondue. And that vibe truly continues to the burgers as well, with, for example, having a French menu item of a croque madame, which is basically a grilled cheese with a fried egg on top, and then continuing with that royal vibe, having a burger called Royal and Cheese, which if I was a king, I would be quite happy with this burger as it looks pretty solid. And then we have this absolute beast of the big arch burger, having 2 patties, what looks like provolone cheese, and a bunch of sauce. So honestly, I am shocked by French McDonald's. Like, the taste was amazing. Dare I say, luxurious products, and an amazing variety of foods to choose from. So I gotta go like a 9.5 for food, which means, in my humble opinion, the greatest McDonald's on planet Earth is the futuristic spaceship McDonald's in Batumi, Georgia. But to be honest, each and every one of these McDonald's were unbelievable, and this was truly a childhood dream come true. So thanks for coming along on this journey with me, and be sure to comment below your favorite McDonald's of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.